You wanna try it? So, it's a hair grab. Don't do that. Don't do that either. You know.
First, grabbing, rotating, that's gonna hurt your head.
Okay, yes, right, yes, good. But there's also, I don't think that you're gonna have enough leverage with a double grab like that.
I mean, his biceps is huge, so. Look at
he's gonna have leverage, yeah, that's true, right? All right, well, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Obviously, we don't have to deal with this too much, but I guess our hair is still long enough that somebody could grab it. And grabbing the hair is good. It's actually good for fighting. It's a good way to control, manipulate. I mean, they could grab the beard. Mine not as much as yours, but it's still ways to manipulate the head. It's painful, and it's quite common. You look at a lot of fights between people with long hair. One of the first things they do is just grab the hair and pull at it because you get a point of leverage.
I mean, if you look at footage from fighting girls that men happen to laugh, it's always
yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, it's a very important technique. You know, she points out a couple of really good things in the very beginning is if somebody's grabbing your hair, you don't want to go away. You don't want to try to pull away from it because that's going to give kind of a whiplash effect. If you grab my hair in the back and I try to pull this way, I'm pulling my own hair out. That it's not going to be good.
Yeah, that's hurting yourself.
And then if I try to turn, again, I'm twisting that too.
Same.
So it's really painful to go away with that. The thing that she has the right idea is, and ideally whenever we teach this stuff, is we always talk about you just want to trap their hand so they can't pull your hair. You go with the body. So even if you pull me, you still have a good point of leverage. I'm not in pain right here. You're not being able to like snap my head back when you do this. So that's correct. The thing I don't think works well out of this is if grabbing the arm, and this kind of works out, right? Because you got the biceps too. If I grab your arm, maybe pull back. Yeah, I still feel a little bit. I'm still able to stick with you, but I still feel movement in the hand, which pulls the hair. So there's still a little bit there. Let's see. She dropped down, right, and then came up like this, or was it this way?
This is less than comfortable.
This is, yeah. That was not so bad when I went the outside.
No. The other one that twists my
this
shoulder.
This way kind of does it. But if you're gonna resist, right? Once you're grabbing here, if I'm able to secure and I start to twist, what do you see already? There's the leverage isn't there. And then she's shorter too, right?
Yeah.
From that guy. You have to bring your hands up even higher to try to get that leverage. It's not gonna work. There's not good leverage from there. Yes, it's possible if somebody's not putting any energy into it, you could probably turn this into a joint lock technique. And there's a lot of martial arts that go off of that. And it's a great way to explore different techniques. But I don't think this is a good way to present it as a self-defense technique. I think number one, first and foremost, the 100% correct is that you wanna trap their hand and keep it next to you. And you do wanna try to turn around, but not in the idea to joint lock. So again, rather than trying to grab the arm, which could be all over the place at this point, just grab their hand. And then from here, try to step back to a better position. So from here, I can at least try to get my arm out and then at least get to a better position here. I almost got into a joint lock there. I think that already starts to improve this, right? I'm grabbing the hand. If I can slide it off here and I'm gripping the hand itself, I have a much better chance of locking it out than trying to do it this way. And this is something too I see a lot of. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when somebody tries to do a lot of times you see this with the takedown where they go like this. I'm gonna you tell me if you feel anything. Because they do it like this and you see it always wrong like this. He's not gonna feel anything until I get maybe to here and then I'm doing a different lock. But they always try to do this as like a way of throwing somebody. And this is where you cannot do it as the smaller person. To do this correctly, you have to have a tight grip. You have to have much more strength because it's not you don't want to let the hand slide if you want to try to joint lock them and put them in that position. If I grab tight enough and I get myself underneath here, this is where it's better. This is where it works. And a lot of people miss that detail because they see it in movies and stuff. It's easy to see, oh, you just bring it over and then like this. But they let the hand slide and there's no power.
Well, I mean, for a girl, it's hard to pull that kind of strength off.
I mean, when we're looking at anybody that's her size against somebody with like the dude had a big, he had muscly arms.
Bruh.
You have to have some crazy wrist strength to be able to do that, or grip strength, sorry. From this position, even if I grip tight right here, it's not in the correct direction to put the pressure on you. Like it takes some slack out of your arm, but this is not where I want to apply the joint lock. It's from here.
Yeah, it starts to be
with the wrist
here.
Yeah, but if you're just grabbing the forearm, this is not going to do anything. And then you can just bend your elbow, flex your bicep. There, it's done. Yeah. It's gone. You have a free hand. You can try to grab and pull me back. So it's not the best to try to finish up with a joint lock like that. It makes no sense. But again, like I said, the very first thing, no matter what, trap, and then from there, you want to control. Don't let them pull you back. You want to try to sink down a little bit, hunch your back, try to stick your back out a little bit so you can't get pulled back off balance. And then from here, you got to turn around towards them somehow. And right here, if I'm turning this way, I'm still keeping the hand against my head until the fingers start to let go. And really, that should be your ultimate goal, I think, no matter what. Like, as soon as they're done grabbing your hair and they've let go, you're in a better position. Now you can fight them. But as long as they have their hand on your hair and they're pulling you, they have the advantage. Do you want to try it?
Okay.
So from here, I'm just gonna put my hand on the head.
Okay. So the first was this one here, and then what she did,
well, she grabbed the wrist.
She grabbed the wrist. Okay.
You have to like grab like one hand and then the other like this, like grabbing a.
Like this here.
Yeah.
Okay. So then.
To twist. I mean, even if I let go right here and I drop my arm down, it's still not
running into the punch.
So just isolating, try grabbing just the palm. Just push it against your head, sink down a little bit, start twisting out, and keep the pressure there. It turns that elbow in. This is where you want to have that joint lock. And honestly, I think this is a better way of doing it rather than trying to outmuscle the person at that point. Adrenaline is going wild. If they're fighting and they grab the hair right there, the arm already is flexing. It's not a soft hand on your head. So you really have to look at what kind of resistance your opponent's going to put in there.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have me, when you want to rotate here,
right,
you're working against my biceps.
Yeah,
so your wrist here, to be fair enough, this is also biceps, but this here is much stronger than you trying to rotate this.
Exactly, yeah.
No chance.
No, it's inventive. It's inventive.
Yeah, sure, it's creative.
Maybe in a different context, if you have more of an advantage, or you just an attack from the front, and you try to use that for getting some leverage. But I think the way that she did it is not going to be the best outcome.
I have something. I don't know if this fits in the video, but what comes to my mind, we have something. I think you will have it too. This movement here.
Yeah, for sure. That too is excellent. I mean, did you ever do that as a kid? Did you play with your friends and do that? We did that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's inflicting pain.
It's inflicting pain. Yeah, that's it, for sure.
Distraction.
But it just comes down to having better grip strength. If you have no grip strength, this is going to do nothing to somebody. If you have good grip strength, then you're wringing their arm out. Yeah. It's really painful. Yeah. But again, that's also, it's not a knockout punch.
No, it's just for distracting.
But it's the distraction, yeah, absolutely. So that, I don't know, would you be able to do that from that position? Like grab the wrist and see if you can do it from there.
Just here?
Yeah. It's not gonna happen, I don't think. Nah.
No, I need to go under.
You really, you can't really set it in.
No.
Not until you would turn around, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But even from there, like, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit maybe, but
yeah.
The rotation of my body in a way.
Yeah, so the positioning is just not good for the way that she was setting it up. It's just, you have to have a different positioning for it. That's our review of this technique. If you have a technique you want us to review, drop a link down in the comments down below or send us a message. You can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of them. And let us know. And be sure to check us out in the next review video. I keep changing it.